Major. Still secure.
Temple secure, sir.
All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Civil 7 and love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Let it all rise, please. Those of you who wish to worship with us, we ask that you stand in the square on a 45-degree angle and extend 5 fingers on your left and 2 on your right. Those who do not wish to worship with us, we ask that you stand in silent benediction while we recite the Moorish American prayer. It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
Allah.
Allah.
The Father of the universe.
The Father of the universe.
The Father of love.
The Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My God.
And my salvation.
And my salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Through Ali.
Through Ali.
Amen.
Amen.
Once can I rise and give praise for Allah, the author, the creator, the governing world, almighty, eternal, and incomprehensible, the master of the day of judgment, the creator of all the world, seen and unseen, the God to his holy round prophet, against off and high, prophet, of Yalim, Allah's blessings, but be upon him. I'd like to also give a special honor to the forerunner of the prophet, Brother Marcus Moses Gavi, who said what a man has done, a man can do. Up your mighty race, you can accomplish what you will, one God with aim, with destiny.
Islam.
I give honor to the past Supreme Grand Sheikh, the first Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science to America, Brother E. Miliel, the present Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Moorish Science to America, Brother D. Belial. I give honor to our Supreme Grand Governor and Grand Governor of the State of Maryland, Brother R. Evazel. I give honor to our Supreme Grand Historian, Brother D. Evazel. I give honor to our Supreme Security Advisor, Brother J. Bonds Bay. I give honor to our Assistant Grand Governor of the State of Maryland, Brother C. David Sale. I give honor to our Grand Sheikh on this location, Brother G. Turner L. and his assistant, Sister M. Brown Bay. I give honor to the Acting Major of this particular subordinate Temple 13, Brother R. Millennial. I give honor to the Sheiks of this subordinate temple. Last but not least, I give honor to you. Because in honor of man, I do in fact honor my Father God, Allah. Islam?
Islam.
I would like to read the national laws of Moorish South America, beginning with the Divine Constitution bylaws issued to us by our Prophet of Ali. Salvation, our God, unity. The Moorish Science, Temple of America, Divine Constitution bylaws. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the Chairman of the Moorish Science, Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science, Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs. If he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science, Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to the Circle 7 and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on the Friday the first man departed was formed in flesh, and on Friday the first man departed out of flesh and ascended into his Father God Allah. For that cause, Friday is a holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No members to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All members must preserve these holy divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live life accordingly. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and the divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and a partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained of Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues to keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine comes from your holy prophet, Noble Ali, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. Islam? I'd like to now read the second body of law issued to us by our Prophet Noble Ali. These are entitled Questionnaire and Additional Laws for Moorish Americans by Prophet Noble Ali. Act 1. Grand Sheikhs and governors and heads of all temples, all businesses. Each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Ali before acted upon by any members. That it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice, finance, etc. That will cause the support of any group of members. Any formal officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc. by the Prophet or the Grand Sheikh. Act 2. All members are to attend their ad hoc meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, should be fined 50 cents on the first case. And on the second, he'll be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If a member is working, his monthly dues must be paid. And if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund because it takes finance to uplift the nation. And 3, it's lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance to aid me in saving the nation. And if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she, according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, as I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. And 4, all members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And 5, all members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school. And the teacher must confirm himself to the questionnaire. And let every member exercise his 5 senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guidance of the nation. And 6, with us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they may know that they are a part and partial of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slave holders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained Noble Ali the prophet to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, who inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues to keep in line with all the necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look at the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine comes from your holy prophet, Noble Ali, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. Islam? And thus we've read both the national laws of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'd like to now read from our holy book, our hierology, our holy scripture, the Holy Quran, the Moorish Science Temple of America, Circle 7, divinely prepared by the noble prophet Noble Ali, by the guidance of his Father God Allah, the great God of the universe, to redeem man from a simple and fallen state of humanity back to the highest planes of life of his Father God Allah. I'd like to now read briefly from this week's chapter. 21. Marriage instructions for man and wife from the noble prophet. Give ear, fair daughter of love, to the instructions of prudence, and let the precepts of truth sink deep in thy heart. So shall the charms of thy mind add luster to the elegance of thy form, and thy beauty, like the rose of resemblance, shall retain its sweetness when its bloom is withered. It's on?
It's on.
It's on?
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
We have a special event tonight. It's always a special event, a special occasion, when those amongst us decide to take that gigantic, all-important step of becoming a member of this divine and national movement, becoming a member of this royal temple, the Moorish Science Temple of America. I say a gigantic step because to go against the current, to go against the usual way of doing things, it takes a certain kind of courage. It takes a certain kind of fortitude. It takes a certain kind of commitment. So when those from amongst us decide to take that all-important giant step, we give them honor, high honor, because we understand the mission that they are embarking upon. We understand exactly what they are doing because we ourselves have done the exact same thing and have been blessed 100-fold for it. So we have several who will take that all-important step. I'd like to begin by sharing with us all the history, abbreviated, of our grand and noble organization. The thought that became the Moorish Science Temple of America was founded in 1913 AD at a religious gathering in the old Canaanite building in Newark, New Jersey. Prophet Muhammad Ali would later move to Chicago, where he opened the first Moorish Temple of Science on October 15, 1925. He then incorporated the Moorish Temple of Science as a civil organization on November 29, 1926. After changing the name, Moorish Temple of Science, to the Moorish Science of America on May 2, 1928, a special meeting was held on July 20, 1928, and an affidavit was filed to establish the Moorish Science Temple of America as a religious organization. This affidavit not only established us as a religious organization, but also as a religious society and body politic. As such, the Moorish Science Temple of America also represents the foundational government of the Moorish American people. Thus, on Wednesday, October 18, 1928, Prophet Muhammad Ali wrapped the Moorish flag around a young sister and the American flag around a young brother, demonstrating the symbolic right, and declared that we were a nation inside a nation. Nevertheless, it is clear that we're not solely Moorish, nor are we solely American. We are a synthesis of our Moorish heritage and our American experience. Therefore, we are a nation of people, descendants of the ancient Moroccan Empire. The Holy Prophet said, "If you have race pride and love your race, join the Moorish Science of America." As a lawfully chartered temple in the Moorish Science of America, we stand as a portal or gateway to this grand and noble movement founded by our Prophet Muhammad Ali. We come together this day to hold our Moorish American affirmation and dressing ceremony for a number of individuals who, through a properly prepared and submitted application, have expressed their desire to be part of this grand and noble movement of the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's on?
Islam.
It's on?
Islam.
It's on.
Islam.
At this moment, the chairman yields to the Grand Chief, Brother G. Turner L. It's on?
Islam.
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 Having already risen in prayer, I give praise to Allah. I give honor to our Prophet Noble Ali. I give honor to the forerunner of the Prophet. I give honor to all whom our chairman have given honor to. I give a special honor to each and every one of you here this evening. I give honor to our two exclusive members. Islam.
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 Sergeant Arms at the Total Been Secure.
Temple secure, sir.
Praise God. End of time is drawing near, so say Allah, to his holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali. That is why many hearts have been turned to stone, and many have eyes to see but cannot see, ears to hear but cannot hear. But in this sacred school of thought, portal to the holy Moorish American nation, we are opening the eye to the truth of certainty, and to the ear of compassion, to the cries of our people. We are softening stony hearts through the process of friendship and love. For when friendship reaches the rate of affection, love is allowed to manifest, replacing stony hearts with a heart built upon the principles of love. For love is the savior of the world. And Jesus, son of Mary, came to manifest that love. Jesus taught us, in flesh of man is the essence of the resurrection of the dead. This essence, quickened by the holy breath, will raise the substance of the body to a higher tone, and make it at the substance of the body of planes above, which human eyes cannot behold. Here we are taught to cross the borderland at will, for man is not the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of Allah. But the ground must be prepared before the corn can be planted. So I ask again to our Sergeant Arms of the Temple Security.
Temple secure, sir.
Islam.
Islam.
Brother Security Escort, how many pledges do we have?
We have 2, sir.
Islam. If the candidates have been prepared and formed, please stand before the temple gate.
Islam. Yeah, Islam.
Islam.
Islam. Now, one of the things that we have learned in more science of America, and we have a chapter dedicated to that, is that we are to assist one another. So part of this process that I'm going to ask you the first 23 Quran questions. Islam, if either you have any trouble answering the questions, one of our brothers or sisters here will assist you. Islam?
Islam.
Islam. So I'm going to start with brother. Who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah, the Father of the universe.
Can we see him?
No.
Where is the nearest place we can meet him?
In the heart.
Who is Noble Drew Ali?
He's the thought of Allah manifested in the flesh.
He's Allah's prophet.
He's Allah's prophet.
Praise Allah. What is a prophet?
A prophet is the thought of Allah manifested in the flesh.
What is the duty of a prophet?
To save the nations from Allah's wrath. To save the nations from the wrath of Allah.
Islam. Who was the founder of the Moorish Scientific America?
Noble Drew Ali,
What year was the Moorish Scientific America founded?
1913 AD,
Where?
in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. Islam. Where was Noble Drew Ali born?
Where it was in New York, in the state of North Carolina, 1886.
Islam.
What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Why are we Moorish Americans?
Because we're descendants of Moroccans and born in America.
Islam.
For what purpose was the Moorish Scientific America founded?
for the uplifting and fall of humanity
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans?
by teaching them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islamism
Is that the new? Is that the old time religion?
is an old-time religion.
What kind of flag is the Moorish?
It's a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
How old is our flag?
It is over 10,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Friday,
Why?
because Friday was the day that man was created in flesh. And because Friday is the day that man departed from flesh.
You close enough. Praise
Islam.
God. My sister. Who made you?
Allah.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the Father of the universe.
Can we see him?
No,
Where's the nearest place we can meet him?
in the heart
Who is Noble Drew Ali?
of the prophet. Allah, he is Allah's prophet.
Islam. What is a prophet?
A prophet is Allah's God. And then that's the end.
Close enough. Praise God. What is the duty of a prophet?
To save the nations from the wrath of Allah.
Who was the founder of the Moorish Scientific America?
Noble Drew Ali,
What year was the Moorish Scientific America founded?
1913 AD,
Where?
in Middleton, New Jersey.
Where was Noble Drew Ali born?
In the state of North Carolina, 1886.
What is his nationality?
Moorish American.
What is your nationality?
Moorish American.
Why are we Moorish Americans?
Because we are the descendants of Moroccans and born in America.
For what purpose was the Moorish Scientific America founded?
And to uplift and save the fallen humanity. To uplift and save fallen humanity.
How did the prophet begin to uplift the Moorish Americans?
To teach them to be themselves.
What is our religion?
Islam,
Is that a new, is that the old time religion?
old time religion.
What kind of flag is the Moorish?
It's a red flag with a 5-pointed green star in the center.
What do the 5 points represent?
Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice.
How old is our flag?
It is over 10,000 years old.
Which is our holy day?
Friday.
Why?
Because Friday is the day in which man was born in flesh. And Friday is the day he departed flesh.
Praise God. Both of you answered well.
Islam.
Flag bearers, open the altar up to the temple's east gates. I will now have the sacred pledge of membership. Just step to the side so I can see my sister a little bit. Yeah, step to the side just a little bit. Praise God. Now I'm going to start with my sister first, Sister F. Harris Bay. Do you, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah in this temple of faithful Moors, solemnly pledge to uphold and act in accordance with the laws and customs of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the Supreme Grand Council and Grand Body, in this sacred Moorish temple?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah in this temple of faithful Moors, solemnly pledge to keep and never knowingly falsify any of the lessons and truth of the great Prophet Ali here in America?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah, in His temple of faithful Moors, agree to learn to accept as your brothers and sisters all who have herefore accepted this sacred pledge of affirmation, and all who may hereafter accept this sacred pledge of affirmation?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah, in His temple of faithful Moors, agree from this time forth never to utter one slanderous word against your brothers or sisters, nor against any man or woman or child belonging to anyone that is dependent on them, but will protect the honor of your brothers and sisters as safely as you would your closest relative?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah, in the temple of faithful morals solemnly pledge to take your true place in the affairs of men, helping in the great program of uplifting fallen humanity?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to work for the good and harmony of this sacred Moorish temple and the betterment of its members?
Yes.
Do you, Sister F. Harris Bay, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to never violate the sacred trust of your brother or sister, nor seek to do them harm, but will defend them in their honor as strongly as you would that of your blood relative?
Yes.
Yes, my brother.
No.
R.J. Milligan. Do you, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to uphold and act in accordance with the laws and customs of the Prophet Noble Ali, His Supreme Grand Council and Grand Body in the sacred Moorish temple?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to keep and never knowingly falsify any lessons and truth of the great prophet of Ali in America?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, agree to learn to accept as your brothers and sisters all who have heretofore accepted this sacred pledge of affirmation, and all who may hereafter accept this sacred pledge of affirmation?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, agree from this time forth never to utter one slanderous word against your brothers or sisters, nor against any man, woman, or child belonging to them, or anyone that is dependent on them, but will protect the honor of your brothers and sisters as sacredly as you would your closest relative?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to take your true place in the affairs of men, helping in the great program of uplifting fallen humanity?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah in the temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to work for the good and harmony of the sacred Moorish temple and the betterment of its members?
Yes.
Do you, Brother R.J. Milligan, of your own free will, in the presence of Allah in His temple of faithful morals, solemnly pledge to never violate the sacred trust of your brother or sister, nor seek to do them harm, but will defend them in their honor as strongly as you would that of your blood relative?
Yes.
Yes, sir. At this time, flag bearer, drop the veil.
Islam.
Islam. Start first with our sister. You step through the veil.
Let's see, baby.
No, skip through.
Walk right through. Come on through there.
Islam.
Islam.
Step inside. Islam right there. Step back a little bit, sis. Step back a little bit. Islam more. Brother Milligan now step through.
Islam.
Islam. At this time I will give the declaration of membership. By the power invested in me by a duly, lawfully, and constituted charter in the presence of Allah and His temple of faithful morals, I do hereby declare that you shall be known from this day forth as Sister F. Harris Bay and Brother R.J. Milligan.
Islam.
And be it known that you are officially registered as an active member of supporting Temple 13 of the Moorish Science of America, Prophet Noble Ali, founder, Brother D. Bailey L. Grand Sheik of the Moorish Science of America, Supreme Grand Sheik of the Supreme Grand Council. Please know, however, and be ever mindful, that your membership in this Moorish nation, divine and national movement, the Moorish Science of America, supporting Temple 13, continues through your faith in Allah and your obedience to the instructions of Prophet Noble Ali. Your membership will be terminated upon misrepresentation of this movement, organization, and its teaching. You will be informed of what is expected of you so that there will be no misunderstanding of what we are supposed to be doing. Islam?
Islam.
Islam. So at this time, praise Allah.
Islam.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah. Everything comes all the way to Allah.
Yes, Islam.
Islam, Brother Assistant Grand Governor, can you please read our preliminary instructions to our new members?
Islam. Islam.
Islam.
As always, I rise His praise to the one true living God, Allah. I stand honor to His love thought manifested in the state of North Carolina in 1886, Prophet Noble Ali. I stand honor to all the Grand Sheik and the Chairman, stand in honor to Islam.
Islam.
To be a true preliminary instruction, to be a true Moorish American Muslim, You must be sincere and dedicated to your mission of propagating the truth. You must carry that truth to all regardless of circumstances. You must be mindful of your station and respectful of the stations of others. This approach will enable you to receive and confer the blessings within the prophet's teachings. Your commitment to fostering peace must be made manifest in your efforts to bring light and harmony to all stations, all situations. Through your sincerity, you will note the more emptiness of those who reject the idea of a living creator. You must not concern yourself with the negative reactions of those who reject the truth you bring, for there are many who need the saving power that comes from Allah through our ancient fathers by his prophet. Thus, the message you bring will be a help to those who despair and a cause of agitation to those who love the darkness. 2, you must have the courage to admit your past errors and the strength to be exact from that point onward. As a Moorish American Muslim, you must recognize those detrimental habits that are no part of you. You must work to improve yourself in every way. With each foe you conquer, the stronger you will become. Once you have broken free of your self-destructive habits, you should not go back to them. You must move on according to the accuracy of law and love, for the cries of your people demand your forwardness. 3, you must have race pride and love your people, and the will to enforce that love. To be a good member, you must be willing to learn to love instead of hate, because only love will enable you to assist the prophet in uplifting this nation and teaching the everlasting gospel to those in all situations on the highways and byways of life. You must always remember that the Savior of the world is love. And to possess this is to have all power in heaven and earth. To really know love requires having knowledge of its cause. The cause of love, like the cause of everything, is Allah, the one, true, and living God. Islam? Islam. 4, you must be willing to learn to love instead of hate. You must know of your God, Allah. As a Moorish American Muslim, your love of life enables you to learn from your experiences and experiences of others. Your will must not become a sluggish one, as Moors are active. Moors are fortified by an errorless set of principles: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Those principles must be declared and practiced at all times among all manner of people. 5, at all times with all people, you must think, act, and be yourself. A true Moorish American Muslim, wearing your Moorish identification, turban, fez, and button. If your circumstances will not permit you to wear a turban or fez, then you must cover yourself in Allah's modesty at all times, dressing appropriate to the one who knows that a prophet has been raised amongst them. The prophet Noble Ali began to uplift us by teaching us to be ourselves. Moorish American Muslims in the universal order of Islam. When you are conscious of your true history, you will have the power to redeem your race. In knowing from whence you come, you are able to predict with more accuracy where you are going. This is the first duty. In being yourself, you identify with your great forefathers. Faithful as Abraham, obedient as Boaz, wise as Solomon, and noble as David. A true Moor imitates the prophet in words, actions, and teaching. His deeds exemplify the glorious coming of this mighty angel. When you imitate the prophet, you are a perfect pattern for the fallen sons and daughters of men. And when your Moorish identification, you demonstrate the customs, culture, and traditions of your forefathers in these days in the West. We are a nation of people, therefore we must demonstrate accordingly. 6, you must obey so you can learn to instruct. To teach others to be obedient to the instructions that will free them forever, you must be obedient to that instruction. The man that stands upon the corner of the path and points the way, but does not go, is just a pointer, and a block of wood can do the same. Therefore, you must walk along the path that leads to life, so as to demonstrate that you are one who knows and goes the right way, leading others from the darkness of ignorance into the marvelous light of truth. The prophet said that he would raise a nation that will obey. Islam? 7, you must be willing to make the sacrifices it takes to be the message that you bring. You must give up all thoughts, things, and people that are of no benefit to your progress. And you must demonstrate through actions and diligence. You must demonstrate through action and diligent study that you are tired of the nothing way of life. To be the message that you bring, your thoughts must develop by the exercise of strength. This exercise is manifest in your willingness to sacrifice. You must rid yourself of all dead ideas and self-degrading principles that have never done you any good, but always harm you. Islam.
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 So, more you receiving 4 cards tonight. I will briefly explain their meanings. The nationality card, your identification card, and connects you with the Moorish American government. Your dues card. Dues are $10 per month and goes to the support of our local temple. Per capita tax card. Per capita tax is $5 per month to aid in the support of our national work. Emergency card fund. Emergency fund card. Emergency fund is 50 cents per week and goes towards building a fund for emergency situations, etc. Some?
Islam.
Some.
Islam. Islam now call our Assistant Grand Chief to read our supplement discussion.
Islam.
Islam.
Having already written my thoughts in prayer, I just like to give great praises to the great God of love, who is the sustainer and cherisher of the world. I like to God give honor to Prophet Noah Ali, who was honored then, who was honorable then, who was noble then and noble still. And I like to give honor to everything that the chairman gave honor to. The supplemental instruction, Islam. To develop this Moorish American charter, we employ the tools of the workshop of the mind. We use the square to measure all our lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way and make the corners of our conduct square. We use the compass to draw circles around our passions and desires to keep them in the bounds of righteousness. We use the axe to cut away the knotty, useless, ungainly parts and make the character symmetrical. We use the hammer to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is a part of every part. We use the plane to smooth the rough, uneven surface of joint and block and board. And that go to build the temple for the truth. The chisel, the line, the plummet, and the saw all have their uses in the workshop of the mind. And then this ladder, with its trinity of steps, faith, hope, and love. On it we climb up to the dome of purity in life. And on the 12-step ladder we ascend until until we reach the pinnacle of that which life is fit to build a temple of perfected man. Islam.
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 Islam, now you give an explanation of the term and present our brother with this faith.
Okay. And so, the basic explanation of our crescent pin and national headdress. The turban is wrapped upon the new member's head, explaining the turban is a symbol of submission and humility, also called the holy crown of life. The crescent is placed in the center of the sister's turban and on the left lapel of the brother. It represents our noble religion, Islam, and the letters MA represent our sacred nationality, Moorish American. The red fez is placed upon the head of the new male member.
Islam.
Islam. This is our national headdress, a symbol of knowledge and wisdom, also known as the figure one. Islam.
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 Islam, at this time I'd like to call out Supreme Grand Governor to give our prayer to our new members.
Islam.
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 Having risen in prayer, praising Allah, the great God of the universe, I'd like to share a prayer with you now. O Allah, creator of the universe, sacred spirit of our essence, hold us near and continue to protect us by night and by day. Protect us from all harm and fear along the way. O Allah, creator of the universe, sacred spirit of our essence, continue to guide us along the path that you have laid. Direct our steps in the right way as we journey through this mortal life. O Allah, creator of the universe, sacred spirit of our essence, surround us in your most absolute perfect light. Anoint us in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless us, truly bless us, as we share this sacred life. O Allah, creator of the universe, sacred spirit of our essence, teach us how to be in tune with the universe. Teach us how to heal with the inner and outer elements of earth, of air, fire, water, and earth. This we ask in thy holy name. Amen.
Amen. Islam.
Islam.
Islam?
Islam.
Islam, first with our sister. You can step back through the gate. Go back through the same way you came through.
Islam. Islam. Islam.
Islam.
Praise the Lord.
Now you can step back through the gate.
Islam.
Islam. Islam. Islam.
Islam.
Islam.
Praise the Lord.
Islam, flag bearers, you can return the gates back to west gate. Islam, go ahead, see.
Islam.
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 Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Islam, flag bearers, you can return the flags back to you.
Islam.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Praise be to Allah. At this time, I'd like to turn our meeting back over to our chairman. Islam?
Islam.
Please.
Praise be to Allah.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Great day, great glorious day. So many things can be said, but never enough for what we've all just witnessed. something so powerful, so beautiful, so right has just occurred before us all.
Islam.
You know, it is said by a writer that when the effort for change heats up the soul, the heat itself attracts demons and complexes and bitter enemies of the spirit. I'm saying that to say this. Allah says in this great book, that because we say we believe, don't think we won't be tested.
That's right.
We say that now your battle begins.
Islam.
Now the great challenges in your life truly begins.
Islam.
Because now you have the tools by which and with which you can separate and identify the art from the not. What just occurred right here, the devil did not like it.
Islam.
But the devil is not in control. Allah is in control. And so we say now, your great meeting is on. Your great work
Yes.
truly begins.
Islam.
But the blessing to that is that you have your brothers and you have your sisters to help you along the way.
Islam.
Islam.
As Jesus could not have resurrected from physical death, nor can we resurrect from mental, moral, spiritual, emotional death. We need help from each other.
Islam.
This is why we have a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation.
That's right, Mo.
That's why Prophet Ali tells us,
Yes.
in our unity is our strength,
Islam.
that together we stand, divided we fall.
Islam.
So we have a beautiful thing. And we can always beseech the help of Allah, and beseeching the help of Allah, He sends His angels to protect us. And He sets around us a ring of protection. You do not see these angels. We're talking about the angels of chapter 11. The ones who did not fall. They held the ethers in harmony with Allah. But these are the angels and the cherubim that support and defend and protect us in so many, many ways. Allah talks about, and the Prophet of Ali talks about these latent powers that are abundant, unknown, and may be called into action as a matter of defense at any moment. So understand what we have here. Understand what just occurred. We understand chapter 4. Matheno said it best. Men need a pattern for their lives. And women, they love to follow, not to lead. He talks about the symbolic rite. Marcus Garvey talks about the meaning of symbols, the meaning of ceremony, the meaning of ritual. And the reason why all men and women engage in these kinds of symbolic rites is because they anchor, they deepen the meaning of what just occurred.
Islam.
And they anchor and deepen it so much so in your soul that you adhere to the principles. And not just that, you extend the principles.
That's right.
You walk the principles. You live the principles.
Islam.
And you give others the reason to say they want to be just like you.
Islam.
Because they look at how what you've gone through, how it has impacted your life for the better.
Islam.
And so understand the mission that we all have. And understand the covenant that we have all vowed. We all have the same Father of chapter 25. I'm talking about our prophet of Ali. Every prophet is the father of his nation.
That's right.
We all have the same mother. The Moorish Science Temple of America. This grand and noble movement. suck from the same breast. The hierarchy, the sacred literature of a people. Our Moorish Quran, our divine constitution bylaws, our Moorish questionnaire, our Moorish literature, our oral statements, the nationality card that was given you. These are our ensigns. These are our symbols.
Islam.
This is the pond from which we drink.
Islam.
And it says that you drink from this pond,
Yes.
the prophet's pond.
Yes.
You'll never be thirsty again.
Islam.
This is the beauty of what we have here. And as we begin to build, more will take the same stats and come through the gates if you just come through the gates.
Islam.
And they extend that to others. It is said that our prophet Jesus, he fed the multitudes, 5,000 they say, just 2 fish and 5 loaves. Now we know, literally, that cannot occur.
Islam.
But metaphorically, we know that if you take this morsel, this small morsel given you, and extend it to someone else, and then tell that someone else to extend it to 2 others, and then tell those 2 others to extend it to 4 others, before you know it, 5,000 would have been fed
Islam.
with just 1 morsel.
Islam.
This is what we demonstrate in this temple. This is what we represent in this temple. We want to be the more that Prophet Noah envisioned.
Yes.
Islam.
We want to be the good more.
Yes.
That's right, Mo.
That's right.
Prophet Noah said that more, others will come up to him or her and kiss them all about their heads.
Islam.
We want to be the good more.
That's right, Mo.
When a young brother or sister say, Mama, run back home, Mama, I just saw a man. Or Mama, I just saw a woman.
Islam.
Not a girl, not a gal, but a woman.
Praise the Lord. Boy, praise
Yes.
the Lord.
Yes.
This is the kind of nation that Prophet Noah is building.
Praise the
Islam.
Lord.
This is the kind of nation that Prophet Noah wants all of us to be a part of and to build.
Islam.
So, understand how blessed we truly are. Understand what it means to know who our prophet is and to know exactly what he looks like. Exactly what he looks like. That in and of itself is a blessing.
Islam.
Understand what it means that you have come this far where you can accept someone that looks like you as being divine and holy.
Islam.
That's a remarkable achievement,
That's right.
given what happened to us as a people.
Islam.
A remarkable achievement.
That's right.
And it takes remarkable courage to stand up and say, I have a prophet. We have a prophet.
Islam.
Remarkable when you think about it. And so I give Sister Harris Bay high honor.
Islam.
I give Brother Milligan L high honor
Islam.
for taking this grand, giant, and noble step.
Islam.
And I know that you too will represent our prophet in the best light.
Islam.
Islam.
Because really, when we look at you two, it's like chapter 2. So they must have the light before they can receive the light.
All right.
You two already have the light.
It's
Praise the Lord.
Islam.
And so now it's light upon light.
That's right.
That's what you have. Because you already come to us with a certain mindset, a certain character, a certain morality, a certain spirituality. And we see that.
Islam.
And that's truly a blessing.
Yes, it is.
So Prophet Ali does not want to take anything from you or anything from us. He just wants to add to your lives. And you have, by your own declaration, has given him a chance to do so. And so we honor you for taking that step. And we honor you for being a part of us. So we can sit down as brothers and sisters and build this nation.
Islam.
You know and I know our people are gone. We're living in the land of the zombie.
Mm.
We're living in the land of the sleepwalkers.
That's right, Mo.
We're living in the land, as Ezekiel said, of the dry bones.
There you go.
That's right.
Indeed.
Indeed.
And then the man said, can these dry bones move? Can they testify? And of course they did. So it is our job to go out there and awaken the sleeper. And while in the Moorish Science America, we must be studious, diligent in our studies.
That's right.
We must.
Islam.
Because the people that we're going to have been asleep for a very, very long time. And nobody in that type of stupor wants to be awakened at 12 midnight. They're going to fight you with every argument, fight you with every word, fight you with every enticement or allurement or temptation, just to stay asleep a little while longer.
Islam.
But you must be resolute, you must be persistent, and your love must be mighty, mighty. Because you know that the sleep that they sleep is a sleep of death. And so you have the touch, the ability, the knowledge, the wisdom, the insight, and the love to rouse the sleeper and to say it's time to awaken, lest you die. Lest you die. We have a blessing here, truly.
Praise the Lord.
Yes.
And we're on a very, very serious mission.
Yes.
And we have to become skilled in street sense karate. We're going to be skilled in educational judo. We're going to be skilled in spiritual kung fu. We're going to need all that. But above all, we're going to need a mighty love. Because we are such a difficult people to love.
Come on, Mo.
That's why Prophet Nabi said 5 times in our Moorish Quran. 5 times!
Yes.
Got to learn to love instead of hate.
Yes.
That's right.
Praise be to Allah.
Islam.
He wants to remind that of us and pound that in to our hearts and minds because he knew how we were. And Marcus Garvey, before he left us, deported by our actions. Garvey said, let me leave this to you. For anyone who aspires to become a future race leader, know that your love for your people must be greater than their hatred for you.
That's right.
Garvey said that because he knew how we were.
Yeah.
We have torn down, destroyed every good effort, every good thing that was brought to us. We destroyed it. Our prophet, knowing this, said, I brought you something you can't tear up. It's
That's right, Mo.
That's
The
right.
Moors have tried their level best
Let it have.
to tear the Moorish Science to America up. And here we are, and here we stand, still.
That's right.
To let you know that indeed, he's a prophet of God.
That's right.
Islam.
He said Allah alone guides the destiny of this divine and national movement.
Islam.
And that is a truism if ever there was one.
That's what he said, man.
Because the Moors have tried their level best to destroy this organization. And were it not for Allah guiding it, it would long since been destroyed on the dust heap of history. So again I say, this is a blessed occasion, this is a blessed moment, this is a blessed time, and I know that you will go back to your respective families and represent our prophet, our movement, our God, our temple, in the best and brightest light. And so should we all. And so, Moors, having said that, we will lower this meeting. We will lower this meeting
Islam.
with a reading of the divine warning. At this time, I'd like to call up our brother Barnes Bay, and Brother Barnes Bay, our Supreme Grand
Security advisor.
Security Advisor, to read for us the divine warning issued to us by our Prophet Nabi Ali. It's on.
Islam.
Having already risen, giving praise to Allah, honor to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. January the 29th, Prophet warned all Muslims of governor's order to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the street. We offer peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards and your opinions. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequences. We offer love, truth, peace, and freedom. And when these principles are violated, justice then must take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings towards the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine covenant or the Moorish movement, will receive their rewards from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the laws as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophets, they should turn in their cards, buttons, cease wearing their turbans or fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet therefore is sending out a divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet in the temple. This is the everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sins by order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Islam.
It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. At this time, we will lower the meeting, and we would ask Brother it's on. The collections, it's on.
Islam.
All right, and with that, we will close. It's on?
Wow.
Acting Major, is the temple secure?
Temple secure, sir.
It's on?
It's on.
It's on?
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
All meetings are to be open and closed promptly according to Circle 7, love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Let us all rise, please. Once again, those of you who wish to worship us, we ask that you stand on square, 45-degree angle, and stand 5 fingers on your left and 2 on your right. Those who do not wish to worship us, we ask that you stand in solemn benediction while we recite the Moorish prayer. Sister Mary Brown, will you help us pray?
Islam.
Islam.
Allah, bind our hearts and our minds back to our ancient forefathers, divine creed and principle. This we ask in thy holy name, in the 70 Amen.
Amen. It's on?
It's on.
It's on?
It's on.
It's on.
It's on.
Allah.
Allah.
The Father of the universe.
The Father of the
The
universe.
Father of love.
Father of love.
Truth.
Truth.
Peace.
Peace.
Freedom.
Freedom.
And justice.
And justice.
Allah is my protector.
Allah is my protector.
My God.
My God.
And my salvation.
My salvation.
By night.
By night.
And by day.
And by day.
Through his holy prophet.
Through his holy prophet.
Through our lead.
Through our lead.
Amen.
Amen.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam.